after we've gotten the rear grip put on and we've gotten everything squared away, next we're going to concentrate on the reel seat and how do you place a reel seat onto a rod. It depends upon the actual makeup and how heavy duty you're going. So if you're going on the offshore side, I don't use some of the lighter weight bushings. I prefer to use a little heavier bushing that I know is going to give me good epoxy adhesion to the reel seat and marry that to the blank. What I use for that is regular drywaller's mesh. You can get it at any Lowe's, Home Depot, any place like that. They comes in a 2-inch roll, and you just get a roll or two of this and you're good to go. It's great for bushings because it is mesh, so the epoxy can actually get down through all of the crevices and get down to that blank, and it gives you really good adhesion. You don't do the entire area of the where the reel seat is going to be. So what you'll do is you'll actually take a China marker, make a mark here at the top, and then when you pull that back, you're going to be able to lay your drywaller's mesh down. And then all you do is you keep going around the blank. I prefer to use half the size of that roll, so it's about a 1-inch piece. And you keep coming down with this drywaller's mesh, and you keep laying it down until you get a nice tight fit between and a marry between the reel seat and the grip with that bushing that you're making. On spinning rods and some of the lighter rods, I'll use masking tape, or I'll even take foam cores that I pour and drop them down and ream them out, and then laid out the outside, I should say, to the diameter that I want. And then I can just quickly and easily put those on the blank. They're not going to see the abuse that you see offshore with some of these jigging rods, so I'm not too concerned about that. You'll see when we're doing a speckled trout rod soon, that's going to be coming up in probably next week or the week after, that we will actually just use masking tape for it. And it works great. Haven't had anybody come back and have any issues, so that's my biggest judge of how well I build these rods, is do you get any back. So I haven't had any problems with that so far. So what we've done here is we've made a bushing in the front and a bushing in the back. With this blank, what I will do is coat this entire area with epoxy, slip the reel seat on. Oh, something else that's important that I've learned from my mistakes in the past. Before you put the reel seat on, take your threads and push them and tighten them all the way down as far away from the end as possible. Put some tape, whether it's masking tape or low-tack tape, put that on there, and you want to do that to protect the threads. If you get epoxy in the threads, it takes forever to get them out of there. So I still have some epoxy left over from earlier when I put the rear grip on. So what I'll do is I'll actually take some of that. This stuff has a 24-hour curing time, so you've got a lot of working time with this. And what I'll do is actually coat this blank liberally with the epoxy, and you're going to have some left at the end that you're going to take off. That's a given. Again, this is a circumstance where it's better to have more than not enough. I want to make sure I have good coverage and good adhesion of the epoxy and marrying that to the blank and the reel seat. So I liberally coat everything, especially important with the drywaller's tape. Make sure you get it down in every single one of those little crevices, because that's going to form a interlock, so to speak, between your reel seat and the blank. So I just make sure I get everything down in there and pat it and push it down in there, get good coverage of every little square inch that I can, and get every nook and cranny filled. And then what I'll actually do is I'll put some extra in here, in the middle. Some people will go ahead and put a third bushing in there. I'd rather see the epoxy in there to make sure that I get a good blank adhesion, and I don't take up a lot of room with the bushing. I'd rather take that room up with epoxy. So all you're going to do is start working this onto your bushings. You get that on, and when I get close to the end, instead of making a mess that I have to clean up, what I'll do is start taking some of that epoxy off because I already know it's extra. Make sure that I've got good fill area down here below that last bushing, and once I have that, then I will continue moving that down and easing that down into the position where it's going to rest. So as you can tell already by what we're doing here, you can't have enough paper towels on hand. I buy them by the case and just have them in the other room, and then as I need them I pull them out, but I am constantly pulling out paper towels. So what I'm going to do now is take some denatured alcohol again, clean all this area off, clean off the area above here, get everything all squared away, and then we're going to do the foregrip installation, and then this rod's going to sit and cure overnight. So I'll be back to you shortly with the foregrip installation.